Hold on. All right, there we go. All right, straight. Today we got 20 future technologies. Let me just go to the video. All right. 20 future technologies that will change the world by Future Business Tech. The video has said he has 78K subs. The video has how many? Where is it? I think it has like 800 though. It has like quite a few views. Let me see if it tells me. Damn. All right, it's not telling me. But yeah, go ahead, like and sub my man, Future Business Tech. But nonetheless, let's get the video started. Hold on, let me check something before we do. Yeah, it should be up. All right, you guys should be able to hear it. Turn this down so there's no echo. All right.
20 future technologies will change the world forever, but not in ways you might expect. For example, superintelligent AI.
I'm going to pause early. Obviously, this was expected, just with how big AI is becoming with everything now. I used to hate it personally, but it's quite helpful. I'm not going to lie. It's quite helpful. So,
superintelligent AI would represent a quantum leap beyond current artificial intelligence, possessing cognitive capabilities that would surpass human intelligence across every domain.
Hold on. Let me pause one more time. All right, we are recording. All right. Just making sure.
These systems would process and analyze information at unimaginable speeds, drawing connections and insights from vast amounts of data that human minds could never comprehend. Unlike narrow AI systems, superintelligent AI would demonstrate remarkable adaptability, creativity.
Oh, okay. So it's like super intelligent. So they're saying what we got now, probably times like 100, 1,000, shit, maybe 500,000. Like, I don't know. This is probably like some hive mind type shit or like Terminator type shit, if you ask me.
Problem-solving abilities across unlimited contexts. These advanced systems would revolutionize scientific research by formulating and testing new theories at incredible speeds. They would discover novel solutions to humanity's greatest challenges, from curing diseases to solving climate change. The AI would uncover fundamental laws of physics and mathematics that have eluded human researchers for centuries, leading to breakthroughs in our understanding of the universe.
And you know what? I'm just gonna say it too. I don't mean to be like the bearer of bad news, but yes, AI can be really helpful, and it can like make significant breakthroughs. Like it can. Don't be wrong, but you also got to consider like what it could do. You know, like on the negative side, especially if we're talking about like super intelligent. Yeah. So this is like. I don't know. We're talking about super intelligent AI, and like I get, like we're considering the good things, but there's also like a downside to that too. And don't like don't be fooled by only seeing like what's presented to you. You know what I'm saying? There's always something else, more to it. You know what I'm saying? There's always more you got to think about. So
turn your ideas into video.
YouTube Premium coming soon, bruh. Till then, we're stuck skipping ads, bruh.
Branding.
The integration of superintelligent AI into society
But it could help.
would transform every industry and profession. These systems would optimize global supply chains, manage entire cities' infrastructure, and coordinate complex systems with perfect efficiency. They would serve as personal advisors, offering unparalleled expertise in fields ranging from medicine to education, while tailoring their guidance to each individual's unique circumstances.
My bad too. I don't mean to be a pauser, but it said with perfect efficiency. See, that's another thing, bro, because like you can't entirely trust AI because like I don't know, I feel like there still can be mistakes, you know what I'm saying? Like we hear about Tesla cars, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to bash Tesla or Elon Musk or anything, but you hear about Tesla cars that crashed that were on like the automatic drive mode because it made a mistake. Like technology still is gonna make mistakes, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know that whole like perfect efficiency type thing. Again, don't give into the overhype of it, you know what I'm saying? It can still probably make mistakes. I don't know. Just based off Tesla. Granted, we are talking about super intelligent AI, but still mistakes can be made with everything, bro. Like I don't know. I don't trust the whole perfection thing, bro.
The development of superintelligent AI would lead to radical advances in robotics and automation. These systems would control swarms of nanobots performing microscopic surgery, manage fleets of autonomous vehicles, or coordinate space exploration missions. They would design and improve their own hardware and software, potentially leading to an exponential acceleration of technological progress. Ethical considerations would become paramount as these systems gain unprecedented influence over human affairs.
Yep.
The AI would help develop new frameworks for governance and decision-making, potentially offering solutions to long-standing social...
And that's how it would sneak in, and that's how the shit would take over. You know what I'm saying? That how long, like, bro, it's super intelligent. How long would it take to like trap one of these guys in one of, you know what I'm saying? Take one of these politicians in these rooms and then like trap one of them in and like take over their body or some shit. I know I'm like talking out of my ass right now, but I'm saying like that's not. Like, we're talking about super intelligent AI, bro. Like, and then it would work its way up from there in terms of the political world and moving shit up. Like that's I could see it. That's what I'm saying. I could see it, bro.
And political challenges.
Maybe I'm just being a tweak, or maybe I'm just talking on my ass.
Safeguards would need to be implemented to ensure the AI's goals remain aligned with human values and well-being. Communication between humans and superintelligent AI would evolve beyond current interfaces, potentially using direct neural links or advanced language processing that perfectly understands context and nuance. These systems would help humanity explore the nature of consciousness and intelligence itself. Make sure to stick around to the end, because this video explores warp drives, robots indistinguishable from real humans, matter replicators,
and that would be scary.
Wormholes, transhumanism, Dyson swarms, and more.
Damn, okay.
Number 2. Radical life extension. Radical life extension technology would fundamentally...
And again, actually, never mind.
Transform human existence by dramatically increasing human lifespans to several hundred years or more.
Damn.
Through a combination of genetic engineering, nanotechnology, and advanced medical treatment.
I am going to pause and say this because this video is really cool to me. And you got to think, like, in the Bible, bro, like, if you read the Bible in its context, like, it says they used to live, like, 700, 800, 1,000 plus years, some of the people in there type shit. So I'm thinking, like, I'm just, like, thinking, like, how technology is kind of, like, getting us to that or getting us back to that type shit. So, I don't know. And what I was going to say earlier was that I was seeing something, I didn't research it, I didn't want to say it, but fuck it, I had the video paused anyway, was that I saw something that, like, supposedly with the help of AI, that immortality is going to be, like, achievable by 2030. I don't believe that because it's too crazy to believe, and I'll believe it when I see it type shit. And I don't think it'll be, like, how we think it is, you know, or, like, how we think it should be. It'll be, like, something, I don't think it'll be, like, exactly how we think it is, because it'll be, like, it's too early. You know what I'm saying? I understand if we're, like, in the time period 2100, but... Anyway, I don't think it'll be achievable, but I've just been seeing that around social media that supposedly immortality is going to be achievable by 2030. I don't believe that, but we'll have to see. But anyway, back to the video.
Treatments. These breakthroughs would effectively slow, stop, or even reverse the aging process, allowing people to maintain youthful vitality far beyond current biological limits.
And that could be a problem too.
Nanobots circulating through the bloodstream would repair cellular damage and eliminate age-related deterioration at the molecular level. These microscopic machines would continuously monitor and maintain the body's systems, preventing the accumulation of harmful compounds and repairing DNA damage before it could cause problems. Age-related diseases would become easily treatable or completely preventable. Gene therapy techniques would optimize human biology, activating longevity genes and suppressing those that contribute to aging. Scientists would unlock the secrets of species that demonstrate negligible senescence.
Okay, so something cool out of that, and I'm probably going to be, I'm sorry, this video is just cool because I got something to say about damn near every sentence it spits out. But something cool about that is, okay, if it, you know, whenever this does, if it does come to fruition, right, even if you chose not to live forever, right, you could, like, even as you got older, like, we'd have cures for your disease, so you could truly live a peaceful, you know what I'm saying, life until you passed away, which is nice to think about. Thanks to super or to, you know, development or life extension or whatever, you know what I'm saying, they're talking about in the video, which is cool to think about. So it's nice, you know.
Such as certain jellyfish and lobsters, applying these insights to human biology. Telomere extension would prevent cellular aging, while stem cell treatments would regenerate damaged tissues and organs. The societal implications would be profound, as people would have multiple careers spanning centuries rather than decades.
Right.
Meet the
because you can go to college, you could literally drop out of, you know what I'm saying?
Ultra. It's not.
Think about that, bro. Imagine going to college, bro, because I went to college. So imagine going to college like 5 times or 10 times or 20 times, however long you know what I'm saying, you live. oh, I chose a career in this, it didn't work out. You actually had time to recuperate. No, you actually have time to to find a career, what you're actually good at, what you're actually skilled at. Because I personally believe that everyone is good at something, they just have to find it, but they don't always, life doesn't always we don't always have time to find it. So yeah, that's kind of cool to me. That's cool.
Education
Like
would
I said,
become
this
a
video is cool as
lifelong
hell to me.
pursuit, with individuals mastering multiple fields over their extended lifespans.
Or maybe they do master everything.
Family
Maybe they're
dynamics
good.
would shift dramatically, as multiple generations could coexist for hundreds of years, sharing experiences and knowledge across unprecedented time spans.
Exactly.
Economic systems would need to adapt to account for dramatically extended lifespans. Retirement and pension systems would be completely restructured, while
lifespans and also
investment strategies would evolve to...
I was going to say investments, money, income, because imagine, bro, how would that, I don't know how income, money, over time, bro, your salary, your money, I don't know, for taxes and shit, they would have to account for that.
Accommodate multi-century planning horizons.
Right.
The workforce would become more experienced and skilled as people accumulate centuries of expertise.
Right.
The psychological impact would be equally significant as humans grapple with extended consciousness and identity over centuries of existence. Mental health practices would evolve to help people maintain psychological well-being across such extended lifespans. Memory enhancement technologies would become crucial to maintain cognitive clarity over centuries of experiences.
Oh, shit. I gotta pause it too, because that's the memories. I didn't think about. I'm gonna be probably. I'm sorry. This is good, but the memory shit's pretty cool. I wasn't even thinking about that, because you're gonna have to remember almost 500, 1,000 years of memories, bro. I don't think our brain was meant to do that. And then well, shit. Back to my point earlier. Like I said in the Bible, they lived for thousands of years. So shit. Maybe we were. Maybe we're just getting back to the point that we were supposed to be. But another thing too, I was gonna say is that living in different time periods would be different, right? So imagine taking someone from 1,000 years. They wouldn't it'd be different. They wouldn't know what a phone is. They wouldn't know what Twitter is, what Facebook is. They wouldn't know what basic social media is. It would all be a blur to them. They wouldn't understand online shopping. They wouldn't understand the concept of online and doing things from their home or working from their home, because they were from I don't know. It's weird. It'd be weird. I understand that. Growing up, if you were to live 1,000 years from 1000 to early 2000s, or even now from 1025 to 2025, that 1,000 years or whatever, that'd be crazy.
Itself might be preserved through advanced neural backup systems. Number 3, warp drives. Warp drive technology would revolutionize space exploration by allowing spacecraft to travel faster than light, fundamentally changing humanity's relationship with the cosmos. By manipulating space-time itself, these drives would create a bubble of warped space that would contract in front of the vessel while expanding behind it, effectively surfing through the fabric of space-time rather than moving through it conventionally.
Okay.
These advanced propulsion systems would enable journeys to nearby star systems in days or weeks, rather than thousands of years.
Right. Light years.
Proxima Centauri, our closest stellar neighbor, would become accessible within days, while more distant destinations like the TRAPPIST system would be reachable within weeks. This technology would transform space exploration from theoretical discussions to practical ventures, opening up countless worlds for human exploration and potential colonization.
Okay.
The development of warp drives would revolutionize our understanding of physics and the universe. Scientists would need to master the manipulation of exotic matter and negative energy, leading to breakthroughs in fundamental physics.
Two things I'm already looking at. One is, I understand, right, that eventually humans do got to leave Earth because, and this is billions of years down the line, right, that eventually humans are going to have to leave Earth because the sun's gonna swallow everything up type shit, or it's gonna explode or whatever it's gonna do. So I get that too, but and I have to bring this up, and I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, but what happens, you know what I'm saying, if you're all the way, you know what I'm saying, again, if this technology does develop, you know what I'm saying, we have it 100, 1,000 years down the line, whenever we have it, you know what I'm saying, what if you're in another fucking solar system, or you're by a star, you know what I'm saying, or you're on some mission type shit where you're I don't know, you're just out in deep space type shit where you're not by Earth. Like, what if it doesn't work? And I only have to bring this up because, like, the two astronauts, they just got stuck in space, you know what I'm saying? That took 9 months to get them out. And you got to think, I don't know, well, then again, I'm kind of yapping here because I don't know exactly where they were, but I'm assuming they were in, like, distance of Earth, within, like, relative, like, not too far away from Earth distance. Like, how's that shit gonna work when you have to send some shit? Okay, never mind, I guess I'm yapping because then you would send, like, a rescue mission, I guess. But still, I don't know, it wouldn't be cool. I guess I just saw my own, like, by yapping, but it still wouldn't be cool to be on that ship and be like, yo, I'm stuck. And how would you communicate that though? If your mission, like, if your shit just goes out, like, how are you supposed to communicate? I guess they're supposed to monitor and shit and, like, be doing their jobs. I guess it'd be different, but, like, I kind of yapping here. But no, it wouldn't be cool to be, like, stuck out in deep space is, like, my point I'm making, if the machines did break down. But again, they're not presenting that to you. They're just showing you the good side.
These discoveries would spawn numerous technological offshoots, potentially revolutionizing energy production, manufacturing, and even our understanding of time itself. Interstellar commerce would become a reality, as spacecraft carrying goods and resources between star systems would establish new economic networks. Mining operations could access resource-rich asteroids and planets throughout nearby star systems, while colonial missions would establish human presence across multiple solar systems. This expansion would provide humanity with unprecedented resources and opportunities for growth. The ability to travel faster than light would also revolutionize astronomy.
Again, I'm going to present you too, is that with that colonialism thing, we're going to have to go to whatever planet that is and make sure we can be the most dominant species, is that too. Like, you got to make sure you can because there's going to be other things that, like, what there's maybe there's nothing there, but what if, like, other dominant life forms, you know, like, evolve their type shit? Like, we have to go there and dominate, you know what I'm saying, and kill, you know, or whatever we have to do, you know, to take over that planet, basically. So, yeah.
In scientific
just something
research,
they're not, like, telling you deeper.
Scientists would be able to study distant phenomena up close, collecting data that would be impossible to gather through conventional observation. Direct study of black holes, neutron stars, and other exotic cosmic objects would become possible, dramatically advancing our understanding of the universe.
Hey, Spotter Studio helped me take control
like I said,
over
bro,
my
you know what it
YouTube
is?
channel.
Premium
In
coming
order
soon.
for me to get excited about an idea,
Communication networks would expand beyond our solar system, creating an interstellar internet that would connect human colonies across light years. This would lead to the development of new technologies for maintaining coherent, faster-than-light communication channels, potentially discovering principles that would reshape our understanding of information transfer and quantum mechanics. Number 4. Robots indistinguishable from real humans.
Weird.
Advanced humanoid robots would become nearly indistinguishable from humans, featuring synthetic skin that perfectly mimics human tissue, complete with pores, temperature changes, and natural movements. These robots would possess facial muscles capable of producing subtle expressions that convey genuine-seeming emotions, while advanced AI would enable them to engage in natural, flowing conversations that capture human-like personality traits and social awareness. Their artificial muscles would be crafted from next-generation synthetic fibers that replicate human muscle movement with incredible precision. These robots would move with the same fluidity as humans, eliminating the rigid or mechanical motions associated with earlier robotics. Their skeletal structure would be composed of lightweight, ultra-strong materials that perfectly mirror human biomechanics, allowing them to perform any physical task a human can do. Sensory systems would exceed human capabilities while maintaining human-like reactions. These robots would possess touch sensitivity throughout their synthetic skin, allowing them to handle delicate objects with perfect precision.
So how would they, like, feel upon touch? Would they feel metallic, or would they feel like a human? Would, like, well, they're synthetic, but, like, would they, like, I don't know, even though they're synthetic, how would they feel, bro? Because I don't like this. I don't like this at all, bro. It's weird.
Their visual and auditory systems would process information.
It's, like, cool in, like, movies and games and shit, but, like, in real life, no, I don't want to see this. It's
naturally
weird.
in social situations.
It's scary.
And understand subtle environmental cues.
Hell no.
The robots' artificial brains would process information through quantum neural networks that simulate human consciousness and emotional responses. They would form memories, learn from experiences, and develop unique personalities over time. This advanced AI would enable them to understand context, humor, and social nuances.
If you guys haven't played Detroit, again, this video has been paused every minute now, but like, if you guys haven't played Detroit Becoming Human, this is like what it deals with, bro. Like robots becoming people. If you do the shit that like, cause you're giving it emotion, you're giving it like, you're giving it personality, you're giving it like its gut. I don't know, like, I don't know. It just shouldn't be. It shouldn't be a thing. The robotic people, and then you're giving it what's it called? I forgot what it's called. There's like a word for it, but you're giving it like emotion. You're making it like it's becoming like sensible. Like it has sense. It has emotion, bro. No, it's not a good idea.
Making their interactions feel genuine and meaningful.
Right? No.
These humanoid robots would serve in roles requiring human interaction, such as healthcare, education,
sentient. That's
and
what it's
elderly
called.
care.
They're becoming sentient.
They would provide companionship for
No, you
isolated
cannot make them
individuals,
sentient. You know what I'm
assist
saying?
in
No.
complex medical procedures, and serve as patient, tireless teachers. Their ability to work continuously without fatigue while maintaining emotional sensitivity
Okay, that's
would
cool.
make
The
them
work,
invaluable
yeah,
in service
yeah, that's
roles.
cool. Having them to work.
Manufacturing processes would use advanced 3D bioprinting to create organic-looking components, while self-healing materials would allow the robots to repair minor damage automatically. Their power systems would use artificial cells that mimic human metabolism, providing long-lasting energy while maintaining human-like body temperature and movement patterns. Number 5. Matter replicators.
Oh
Matter
yeah.
replicators would revolutionize human civilization
Oh yeah.
by transforming raw materials into any desired object at the molecular level. These devices would operate similarly to 3D printers, but with atomic precision.
Bro, hey, if they can, I'm making like I'm saying like Wendy's nuggets, McDonald's nuggets, fries, Big Mac, quarter pounder, Popeyes tenders. If they can make it like that to where you can like have specific food items for specific food places, you know what I'm saying? I'm taking it. I'm taking that. I don't care. I don't care how fat I sound right now. I love to eat. I love to eat, baby. This would be cool. You know, snap
Capable
your
of
finger, you have a
creating
meal.
everything from food and medicine to complex electronics.
Or use it for
By
actual
rearranging
yeah,
atoms and
that's cool
molecules
too.
according to precise digital blueprints, these machines would effectively turn energy and base materials into virtually anything imaginable. Food production would be completely transformed,
Right.
as replicators would create perfect meals from basic molecular components. They would produce fresh, nutritious food without the need for traditional agriculture, eliminating food shortages and reducing environmental impact. Any
Due date does not equal due date, and if you don't know the difference, your projects are already in.
dish from around the world would be available.
So never mind then, because yeah, any dish from around the world, anything you wanted, because well then that would technically put the fast food places in technically all restaurants out of business, because if you've had it from that restaurant, technically it's what you want. That's what I'm saying. It makes what you want, so you can have that same exact meal without having to pay for it. If this ever becomes a thing, you know what I'm saying. This would technically put all food businesses out of place. You know what I'm saying. It'd depend on a lot of factors, but yeah, that'd be kind of crazy, right?
Perfectly prepared and customized to individual dietary needs and preferences. Manufacturing would become localized
Oh
and
yeah.
personalized.
Also, let me know in the comments
as
what
every
food
home
you
would
like.
have
What
access to a
food would you
replicator
have from this? What
capable
food
of
would you make
producing most
if you had the
consumer
opportunity
goods.
to?
People would download designs for clothing, furniture, electronics, and other items, then materialize them on demand.
Oh, it's
This
not
would
just
eliminate
food. That's right.
traditional supply chains,
Yeah,
reduce
that's right. It's not just food. It's electronics. Damn. Okay, that's crazy. That put a lot of industry out of business. That's not gonna happen. The government probably this is probably already a thing. And the government was like, nope, we're never releasing this to the public. It would fuck up the economy too much, and we need our money. Nope.
transportation costs and minimize waste, as
No,
items
hell
could
no,
be
they're not gonna do
recycled
that. Hell
back
no.
into base materials for reuse.
Hell no.
The medical field would be transformed, as replicators would produce custom medications, organs for transplant,
Why
and
would they do
medical
that? Why would they
devices
save
on
people?
demand. Hospitals would create perfectly matched replacement tissues and organs, while
Right.
pharmacies would compound medications tailored to individual patient needs.
And I'm
Emergency
sure there's more to this, but no, they wouldn't help people for shit. That's why
medical
guys
supplies
like
would be
Luigi walk
instantly
around. You know what I'm
available
saying? I'm
anywhere
not
a
like
replicator
advocating for what he
exists.
did, but I'm saying like This would
Economic
eliminate the need
systems would
for
need
it.
to adapt to a world where physical scarcity becomes largely obsolete.
Right.
The value of goods would shift from their material worth to the creativity and innovation of their designs. Intellectual property and design rights would become central to the economy, while traditional manufacturing and distribution networks would be fundamentally restructured. Resource management would be revolutionized, as matter replicators would break down waste materials into their constituent atoms for reuse.
Okay.
This would create a perfectly circular economy where nothing is truly wasted, dramatically reducing environmental impact and resource depletion.
Okay, so it'd be okay. So
The
maybe it's good
technology
for the
would
economy.
also
Okay.
enable space
Never mind. I was
exploration
yapping
by
earlier.
allowing astronauts to create needed supplies from available materials. Number 6. Hive minds and telepathy.
This would be crazy too.
Hive mind technology and advanced telepathy would fundamentally transform human communication and consciousness by enabling direct mind-to-mind connections. Through a combination of neural implants, quantum entanglement, and advanced AI interfaces, people would share thoughts, emotions, and experiences instantly across vast distances, creating a new form of collective consciousness while maintaining individual identity. These neural networks would enable unprecedented collaboration, as teams would share knowledge and skills directly. Scientists and researchers would pool their mental resources, accelerating innovation and discovery.
Hey, I'm giving out a free game to like the streamers of like 20 years from now, or whoever's gonna be a big social media person. If this ever happens again, if this comes out in the lifetime or whenever this comes out, you know what I'm saying? Whoever's like becoming a YouTuber at the time or social media person at the time, whatever comes out, come back and watch my video. Because what you can do is you can essentially get this AI interface is talking about, and you can charge people a subscription, okay? Instead of like having them on your usual shit or whatever, you can be like, oh, directly, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna charge you a subscription. You have to subscribe to me, but you can be directly on my interface or in my telepathy. So anytime something happens to me or anytime I have an experience, I'll share it directly with you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how that worked because maybe the other person would have to get like an interface, or maybe they could do it in their, maybe they can have some shit set up in their phone or whatever technology they have out by then. But yeah, you could definitely find a way to make money off of it, because that's the first thing I'm thinking of is like how can I make that like a social media like money, and then how can I make money off of it? How can I make like people subscribe to me off of it? And that'd be a perfect way. Shit, and people would. You'd be surprised. People are huge fanboys out here.
Creative professionals would collaborate in shared mental spaces, combining their imaginations to produce art, music, and literature that transcends individual capability. The boundary between teaching and learning would blur, as expertise could be shared instantaneously. The technology would revolutionize emotional connections between people. Empathy would reach new heights, as individuals could directly experience others' feelings.
This isn't just any task. It's a ClickUp task. Sure, you can do all the stuff you normally
and perspectives. Long-distance relationships would be transformed as couples could maintain intimate emotional connections across any distance. Family bonds would deepen through shared emotional experiences that transcend verbal communication. Professional fields would be revolutionized as workplace teams function as temporary hive minds. Surgeons would coordinate perfectly during complex procedures. Emergency responders would react as a single unit, and military teams would achieve unprecedented tactical coordination.
Yeah, that'd be fucking crazy.
Business decisions would be made with perfect communication and shared understanding among all participants. Language barriers would become obsolete, as meaning would be transmitted directly between minds, transcending the limitations of verbal communication. Cultural understanding would flourish as...
So, hold on. So, how would that work, though? If you're communicating with someone, like... So, how... I don't know, like, would it be just, like, a voice, or could you just understand... I don't know, how would that work? That'd be interesting. Like, if someone, like, they don't speak this... I don't know, because I'm trying to think, like, they have to... Because they have to think of the words, but they're thinking of it in their language, you know what I'm saying? In their mind, they would be thinking of it in their language. They wouldn't be thinking of it in English, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm just putting myself in, because I speak English. So if I were talking to someone, they're not thinking of it. I don't know, how would that work? Would it just be a voice? I don't know. What? That didn't explain that too well for me.
People could directly share their worldviews and experiences.
That'd be cool.
International
so we could all help.
diplomacy
That'd be cool. So we could all understand each other. You know what I'm saying? And further, you know, help diversity
and intentions. Privacy concerns would be addressed through sophisticated mental firewalls, allowing individuals to control what thoughts and experiences they share. People would maintain their personal identity while choosing when to participate in larger collective consciousness networks. The technology would create a balance between individual autonomy and unprecedented human connection.
And another thing, shit, too, if to give us a modifier, again, I told you I'm pausing a lot, but you got to think, kids won't be able to lie to their parents anymore, because a parent could be like, you know what, let me see your memories type shit, or let me see, like, let me see where your mind's been, or let me read your mind over the last hour or 2 hours, you know what I'm saying, what were you doing, what happened type shit. And parents could not, like, if this comes out, you know what I'm saying, eventually it would get to that level, you know what I'm saying, like, to where, like, you couldn't lie, or you couldn't lie to anyone, because it would just be a thing like, let me scan your brain, or let me scan, you know, let me use telepathy to, like, to see what you've been doing type shit. I don't know, it's kind of sketchy to me. Let me know, am I reaching? Let me know in the comments, am I reaching about that?
Leading to new forms of social organization and community.
But again, it could be cool. There's a lot of cool shit with it too,
Wormholes.
but still. Wow, this would be cool.
Wormholes would make space travel vastly more efficient by providing shortcuts through space-time, potentially enabling near instantaneous journeys across vast cosmic distances. These theoretical tunnels would connect different regions of space-time, effectively bypassing the vast distances that currently make interstellar travel impractical. By manipulating the quantum structure of space, scientists would create stable passages through which spacecraft and information could travel. The technology would transform space exploration, as humans could visit distant star systems within their lifetimes. Interstellar colonization would become feasible, as travelers could maintain connections with Earth while settling new worlds. Scientific research would advance dramatically, as astronomers and physicists could directly study phenomena throughout our galaxy, from black holes to distant stars, by sending probes through these cosmic shortcuts. Communication across vast distances would become instantaneous, as signals could traverse wormhole networks. This would enable real-time communication with colonies throughout the galaxy, creating a truly interconnected cosmic civilization. Space commerce would flourish as resources from distant star systems could be transported efficiently across vast distances. The technology would have profound implications for our understanding of physics and the nature of space-time itself. Scientists would gain unprecedented insights into quantum mechanics, gravity, and the fundamental structure of the universe. These discoveries would lead to new technologies that manipulate space-time in ways previously thought impossible. Economic systems would expand beyond Earth as wormhole networks enable the establishment of an interstellar economy. Resources once considered inaccessible would become available. While new markets would emerge across different star systems, tourism would extend to distant worlds as people could visit exotic alien landscapes and return home for dinner. The development of wormhole technology would require massive advances in energy generation and containment. Scientists would need to harness exotic forms of matter and energy to keep these cosmic tunnels stable and safe for travel. These advances would
Eve to me is basically freedom. It's a giant open universe where you
revolutionize
well, actually, I don't want to add
energy production on Earth, solving many current environmental and resource challenges, while opening new frontiers for human exploration and settlement throughout the cosmos. Number 8. Programmable matter. Programmable matter would revolutionize our world by introducing material.
That concept, when I first saw it, that was cool. Because it was like, I don't know, the way they did it in the movie, that I forgot which Transformers it was, but that movie, that should be Transformers if I'm not mistaken. I hope I'm not yapping. But that movie was pretty cool what they did with the Transformers. They basically like
that can dynamically change their physical properties on command.
Look at that.
These materials, composed of microscopic robots called claytronics or utility fog, would transform from one shape or form to another instantly. This technology would blur the line between physical and digital reality, as objects could be programmed to change their structure, color, density, and function at will. Everyday objects would become incredibly versatile, as a single mass of programmable matter could transform into any tool or device needed. Furniture would reshape itself to match different purposes throughout the day, while clothing would adapt to weather conditions automatically.
That's cool.
Vehicles would optimize their shape for different terrains or
That's
speed
cool.
requirements, while buildings would reconfigure themselves to respond to environmental conditions or changing needs. Medical applications would be revolutionary, as programmable matter could be used inside the body to perform precise surgical procedures or deliver targeted treatments. These materials would form temporary organs or tissue scaffolds.
Imagine, so going back to like the infrastructure part, imagine shit where like we're not worried. Imagine a society where we don't have to worry about natural disasters anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like tornadoes, hurricanes, volcanoes, like shit like that. Like imagine like a society, because we're so technologically advanced, we don't got to worry about that shit like doing shit to us. That's actually pretty cool. I didn't. This is just a cool ass video to me.
Accelerating healing and recovery.
This too.
Emergency medical equipment could be instantly generated at accident scenes.
Right.
While prosthetics would adapt in real time to provide optimal support and functionality. Manufacturing would be transformed as traditional production lines give way to systems using programmable matter. Products would be created instantly by programming raw materials to take the desired form.
And I keep forgetting too, this is all gonna be good for the economy because it's generating new shit, and you gotta process it, you gotta make it, you gotta ship it, you gotta send it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta send it to the factory. It has to go here. Like I keep forgetting, like this is gonna boom the economy when all this shit comes out. Like this new technology is actually, I didn't know this. Like that it's actually gonna. Wow. Okay, it's gonna be hella good shit. Don't focus on the bad shit.
Eliminating waste and the need for complex supply chains. Repairs would become simple
science
as damaged
over
items
here,
could
so that's why I'm so
self-heal
like I'm
or be
in the economy and
reprogrammed to
seeing
their
like how
original
it's good,
state.
gonna be good for us.
Space exploration would benefit enormously, as spacecraft built from programmable matter could adapt to different conditions and repair damage automatically. Space habitats could be constructed rapidly and modified as needed, while exploration vehicles could transform to handle various terrain types on alien worlds. The technology would revolutionize art and design, allowing creators to manipulate physical matter as easily as digital content. Sculptures would move and transform, while architectural structures would evolve throughout the day. This would lead to entirely new forms of artistic expression, where the line between static and dynamic creations disappears completely. Number 9. Transhumanism. Transhumanism would represent the next major evolutionary step for humanity, merging biological bodies with advanced technology to enhance human capabilities far beyond their natural limits. Through a combination of genetic engineering, cybernetic implants, and neural interfaces, humans would transcend their biological constraints, achieving unprecedented physical and mental capabilities while retaining their essential humanity. Physical enhancement would allow humans to become stronger, faster, and more resilient than ever before. Synthetic muscles would provide superhuman strength, while enhanced skeletal systems would make bones virtually unbreakable. Advanced organ replacements would offer perfect health, while nanoscale repair systems would maintain the body in peak condition indefinitely. These augmentations would enable humans to survive in hostile environments, including space and other planets. Cognitive enhancement would dramatically increase human mental capabilities. Neural implants would provide direct access to vast information networks, allowing instant recall of any information.
We're a fucking ad every time I turn, dude.
Enhanced processing capabilities would enable complex calculations in real time, while expanded memory capacity would allow perfect recall of all experiences. Brain-computer interfaces would enable direct mental control of devices and instantaneous communication.
So imagine how technologically that developed, like we're gonna be in the future. If all this like technology does come, and we're only halfway through the video, but imagine if all this comes true, but we're gonna have like supercharged minds with good memories. You know what I'm saying? We can with super like us too, while also having like super AI type shit. Like it's gonna be crazy how like technology can transform a whole civilization type shit, or a whole like race, you know what I'm saying? The human race, what it's gonna do to us, and how it's gonna make us better, I guess. I don't know. It's just crazy to see that we've come from like cavemen, and out of caves to being damn near like cyborgs, I guess, in a sense.
Communication with artificial
But I
intelligence
guess we weren't meant to
systems.
grow. Our brains weren't meant to
Sensory
develop.
enhancement would expand human perception far beyond natural limits. Enhanced vision would enable seeing across the entire electromagnetic spectrum, while advanced hearing would allow perception of any frequency. New synthetic senses would emerge, enabling humans to directly perceive
So it said any hearing or frequency, so you could hear ghosts and like EVPs and shit for all my like mystery watchers out there. So you'd be able to hear like ghosts and shit, and like, you know, like if I don't know, if your house is haunted, bro, you'd be able to hear ghosts and shit on your. No,
waves,
that's weird. I'd
magnetic
avoid
fields,
that. I'd
and
avoid
other
that like
phenomena
frequency.
previously accessible only through instruments. The integration of artificial intelligence with human consciousness would create hybrid intelligences capable of processing information at unprecedented speeds.
Damn. Okay.
These enhanced minds would solve complex problems, generate revolutionary insights, and explore abstract concepts far beyond current human capability.
Damn. Okay. That'd be nice.
Creative potential would be amplified as enhanced humans access expanded mental capabilities for artistic expression and innovation. Social structures would evolve to accommodate these enhanced humans, leading to new forms of society and culture.
It'd be different.
Questions of identity and consciousness would be explored as humans gain the ability to back up and transfer their minds, potentially achieving a form of digital immortality. Ethical frameworks would evolve to address the implications of human enhancement and the relationship between enhanced and unenhanced humans. Number 10. Dyson swarms. Dyson swarms would represent one of humanity's most ambitious megastructure projects, consisting of millions of solar satellites orbiting the sun to capture its immense energy output. Unlike a solid Dyson sphere, these swarms of solar collectors would be more practical to construct and maintain, forming a vast network that could harness a significant portion of our star's energy. This revolutionary technology would solve humanity's energy needs for millennia to come.
Okay.
The construction of these swarms would begin with self-replicating robots that mine materials from asteroids and other celestial bodies. These autonomous machines would manufacture and position the solar collectors, gradually building a network that encircles the sun. Each satellite would be equipped with advanced systems to maintain optimal positioning and beam energy back to collection points throughout the solar system. The captured energy would transform human civilization, enabling large-scale space colonization and terraforming projects. Massive space habitats would be powered effortlessly, while energy-intensive processes like matter replication and artificial gravity generation would become commonplace. The abundance of energy would make interplanetary travel.
Yeah, so I was gonna say this too. So opening wormholes would be no problem then, because you're using the energy of the sun, which is a lot, which is what we need, type shit. I also like how he ties these technologies into each other, you know, and how like they complement each other. And it makes sense. It makes sense to me. Yeah, okay.
Travel routine and support permanent settlements throughout the solar system. The technology would revolutionize life on Earth, as unlimited clean energy eliminates dependency on fossil fuels and other limited resources. Massive desalination projects would end water scarcity, while energy-intensive atmospheric processing would help reverse climate change. Every home and industry would have access to virtually free, unlimited power, transforming the global economy. The swarm would also serve as a powerful scientific instrument, enabling detailed solar observations and early warning systems for solar flares.
Yep.
The network could act as a massive telescope array, providing unprecedented views of distant galaxies. The computers and sensors incorporated into the swarm would create the largest data collection system ever built, advancing.
Hey everybody, my name is Sam, aka Sambucha, and I'm a YouTuber who makes variety content ranging from challenges.
Our understanding of the universe. Advanced versions of the technology would enable stellar engineering, allowing humanity to extend the sun's lifespan by managing its fuel consumption. This capability would ensure the long-term survival of our solar system's civilization, marking humanity's first steps toward becoming a Type 2 civilization on the Kardashev scale. Number 11. Designer babies. Genetic engineering technology would allow parents to customize their children's genetic makeup before birth, creating what are known as designer babies. Through advanced DNA editing techniques, Parents would have the ability to select and modify specific traits, potentially eliminating inherited diseases, enhancing physical capabilities, and influencing intellectual capacity. This technology would fundamentally change how
It's literally like helping us eliminate disease, like generational diseases. Because sometimes you know how like sometimes like something will skip a generation and then it'll show up like in the next generation or 2 generations after that. Like I can't argue with that, bro. That's
humans
good.
approach reproduction and evolution. The medical applications would be revolutionary, as genetic disorders could be eliminated before birth. Parents carrying hereditary diseases would have the option to ensure their children are born healthy.
Right.
The technology would also enhance resistance to various diseases, potentially creating generations of humans with stronger immune systems and longer life expectancies. Complex conditions like autism, diabetes, and heart disease could be prevented at the genetic level. Cognitive enhancements would become possible as scientists identify and optimize genes related to intelligence, memory, and learning ability. Parents could select traits that enhance their children's potential for academic success, creativity, and problem-solving abilities. This could accelerate human intellectual development and lead to breakthrough innovations across all fields of study. Physical characteristics would become increasingly customizable, from basic traits like height and eye color to more complex attributes like muscle composition and metabolic efficiency. Athletes could be optimized for specific sports from birth, while individuals could be designed to thrive in particular environments or professions. This would raise questions about fairness in competition and equal opportunity. The technology would present significant ethical and social challenges.
Because it'd be offered to the rich first, because you're gonna have to have money to do this. If you're gonna want to genetically enhance your kid, you're gonna have to have money to do that, and it's gonna be like the rich. You know what I'm saying? Then it's gonna be some shit where the rich use their resources to put themselves in the best places possible, and then their next generation is gonna thrive. You know what I'm saying? And I can't blame them for it. I'm just saying that's how it's gonna go.
Society grapples with questions
I would do
of
the
access,
same thing if
equality,
I were them. I'm not gonna
and
lie.
human diversity. Economic disparities could be amplified if only wealthy families can afford genetic enhancements. Cultural definitions of normalcy and beauty would shift as designer traits become more common. Society would need to establish regulations to prevent misuse while ensuring equitable access. The long-term implications for human evolution would be profound, as natural selection gives way to deliberate genetic design. This could lead to a divergence in human populations and raise questions about the future direction of our species. The technology would require careful consideration of both its benefits and potential consequences for human society.
There we go.
Number 12. Fully immersive virtual reality.
This is gonna be cool. Whenever it comes out, this shit is gonna be cool.
Reality would transport users into digital worlds indistinguishable from physical reality.
Especially for like the gaming world.
These advanced interfaces would engage all 5 senses through direct neural connections, creating experiences that feel completely real. Users would move seamlessly between physical and virtual spaces, with their minds and bodies fully convinced they are experiencing genuine reality. Education would be revolutionized, as students could learn through direct experience rather than abstract concepts. History classes would transport students to ancient civilizations, science students would explore molecular structures from within, and medical students would practice complex procedures without risk. Learning would become an immersive adventure, dramatically improving comprehension and retention. The entertainment industry would be transformed, as passive media consumption gives way to fully interactive experiences. People would step into their favorite stories, becoming active participants rather than observers. Virtual concerts would allow audiences to experience performances from any vantage point, while virtual tourism would enable exploration of perfect recreations of any location on Earth or even fictional worlds. Professional training and collaboration would reach new levels of effectiveness. Architects would walk through buildings before construction begins. Engineers would manipulate virtual prototypes at full scale, and surgical teams would rehearse complex procedures in perfect simulations. Remote work would become truly seamless, as colleagues interact in virtual offices that feel completely real. Mental health treatment would advance significantly.
Not every job. No, not every job could, but like a lot of jobs, like a lot of office jobs, could then become remote. Most of your office jobs would be remote unless there's a physical reason. You either you physically prefer to be there, or there might be some physical reasons you have to be in the office. But that would eliminate, what I'm saying, the 5-day work week in office, at least, or for the most part. It become like a 1-day work week in office. That's what I'm saying. The rest would be like from home type shit. And you know what I'm saying, and your boss is there, like it's VR. Your boss is there with you too, you know what I'm saying? So you couldn't lie about, right, because he would see, the boss would not see you online, you know what I'm saying? They could question you. Where you at type deal. So yeah, that again, I like how it's gonna change us. It's gonna change, like I said, it's changed the world. I love it.
Exactly. Like a good neighbor,
the video
State Farm
gives you
is
what it's supposed to
there.
give you.
Jake from State Farm, everybody.
As twins, our relationship's
bro,
always
too?
been super stable, but
You two did me
T-Mobile Home
dirty, bro.
Internet took it to
Premium
the
comes
next
too.
level.
Therapists use controlled virtual environments to treat phobias, anxiety, and PTSD. Patients would confront their fears in safe, controlled settings, while therapists monitor and adjust the experience in real time. Meditation and mindfulness practices would be enhanced through carefully crafted virtual environments. Social interaction would evolve as people connect in virtual spaces that transcend physical limitations. Long-distance relationships would feel more intimate as couples share virtual spaces, while global conferences and celebrations would bring people together in ways
And
that
I
feel
know,
completely
again, I know they have a VR for games, but they don't have like full immersive VR where you can see, or maybe they do, but it's not 100% like
natural.
full VR type
These
deal.
social connections would blur the line between
Like where you can
physical
see
and
other
virtual
players and
relationships,
shit, and like I don't know, it's not like
creating new forms of
100%. It's
human
not like this
interaction
what it's
and
saying in the
community.
video.
Number 13, force
Force
fields.
field, that'd be dope to protect
Force
our
field
planet from
technology
anything.
would redefine protection and security across every aspect of human life. Using advanced electromagnetic manipulation and quantum field theory, these invisible barriers would create impenetrable shields that could repel physical objects, energy weapons, and even radiation. The technology would function by generating powerful energy fields that could be precisely controlled and shaped to protect anything from individual people to entire cities. Military and defense applications would be transformed as force fields replace traditional armor. Vehicles, buildings, and personnel would be protected by adaptive shields that automatically adjust their strength and frequency to counter different types of threats. These defensive systems would make conventional weapons obsolete while dramatically reducing casualties in conflict zones. Cities could be protected from missiles, extreme weather, and other large-scale threats. Personal safety would be revolutionized with portable force field generators that could be worn like clothing. These devices would activate instantly to protect individuals from accidents, attacks, or environmental hazards. The technology would be particularly valuable for dangerous professions like construction, firefighting, and space exploration, where workers would be protected from falling objects, extreme temperatures, and harmful radiation. Space exploration would advance significantly as force fields protect spacecraft from micrometeorites, cosmic radiation, and solar flares. Space stations and planetary colonies would be shielded from the harsh conditions of space, making long-term human presence in space more feasible. The technology would also enable new forms of space propulsion by manipulating force fields to create protective bubbles around spacecraft. Industrial applications would include containment systems for hazardous materials, clean room environments, and enhanced safety measures in manufacturing. Force fields would prevent industrial accidents, contain chemical spills,
type shit.
and create perfect sterile environments for sensitive procedures. The technology would also revolutionize energy production by containing plasma in fusion reactors more effectively than current magnetic containment systems. Scientific research would benefit from the ability to create controlled environments for experiments and testing. Force fields would enable the study of dangerous materials and reactions while ensuring complete safety. The technology would also advance our understanding of fundamental physics and lead to new discoveries about the nature of energy and matter. Number 14, personal health pods. Personal health pods would revolutionize healthcare by bringing advanced medical diagnostics and treatment directly into people's homes. These compact, pod-shaped devices would combine artificial intelligence, advanced sensors, and medical robotics to provide comprehensive health monitoring and care. Users would simply step inside these enclosed chambers for complete body scans, instant diagnosis, and immediate treatment of various conditions. The pods would perform continuous health monitoring through advanced biosensors that detect everything from vital signs to cellular changes. Early warning systems would identify potential health issues before they become serious, while real-time genetic analysis would spot mutations and potential cancer developments at their earliest stages. The technology would track mental health patterns, stress levels, and sleep quality, providing personalized recommendations for optimal well-being. Treatment capabilities would be extensive, ranging from automated drug synthesis and delivery to targeted radiation therapy and ultrasonic surgery. The pods would use nanobots for internal repairs, destroy cancer cells, clear arterial blockages, and heal damaged tissues. They would automatically adjust medication dosages based on real-time body chemistry analysis and could perform emergency procedures while connecting users with remote medical professionals. These devices would revolutionize preventive care by providing daily health optimization. They would analyze nutritional needs, hormone levels, and metabolic functions to create personalized health plans. The pods would sync with smart home systems to adjust environmental conditions for optimal health, and could even modify food synthesizers to provide precisely what the body needs each day.
That's nice.
The impact on healthcare systems would be transformative as routine medical procedures shift from hospitals to homes.
Right.
Medical professionals would focus on complex cases, while the pods handle routine care and monitoring. This would dramatically reduce healthcare costs and improve accessibility, particularly...
Right, and I also like how it doesn't kill the doctor's path, because then they could, that's true, because they could totally study advanced cases, you know what I'm saying, that the machines can't typically handle, you know what I'm saying, or something that's just good for research, or, but you know what I'm saying, something that, you know, that something to develop the medical field. I like that. I like how it still, again, it still benefits us and doesn't take the job away. Because a cliche saying that people like to say is, oh, AI, robots going to take over our job field, and not exactly. It can be, really helpful to our job field and economy too. You know what I'm saying? Just a different way of thinking of it.
In remote areas, the technology would also compile vast amounts of health data, leading to breakthroughs in medical research and treatment protocols. Integration with digital afterlife systems would allow the pods to preserve detailed medical histories and genetic information for future generations, creating an unprecedented understanding of health patterns across family lines. Number 15. Black hole technologies.
This would be cool.
Black hole technologies would tap into the immense energy of artificial micro-black holes for applications in power generation, waste disposal, and deep space propulsion. Scientists would create and maintain these miniature black holes in controlled laboratory environments, using them to transform our understanding and utilization of fundamental physics.
We don't understand black holes like
the
that. We have
technology
some
would
understanding, but
represent
not a lot.
one of humanity's greatest achievements in manipulating the fabric of space-time. Energy generation would be revolutionized as micro-black holes become the ultimate power source. By feeding matter into these artificial singularities and collecting the Hawking radiation they emit, power plants would generate virtually unlimited clean energy.
So they're talking about using miniature black holes as energy? Okay.
A black hole the size of a coin
taxes was fee
would produce enough energy to power entire continents,
Damn, okay.
making traditional energy sources obsolete and solving global energy challenges.
We would have to make sure it's contained, though, well contained, because if that radiation got out, granted, it'd be probably in a small space, but we'd have to make sure it's well contained. You know what I'm saying?
Space travel would be transformed through black hole propulsion systems. Spacecraft would use the intense gravitational fields of contained micro-black holes to bend space-time, creating warp drives that enable faster-than-light travel.
Right.
These engines would make interstellar exploration possible, allowing humans to reach distant star systems.
On top of having sun as energy too, you know what I'm saying, to be powered
the technology would also revolutionize space mining by using black holes to process and refine raw materials. Waste management would take on new dimensions as black holes provide perfect disposal systems for hazardous materials. Nuclear waste, toxic chemicals, and other dangerous substances would be safely converted into pure energy through black hole consumption. This would solve long-standing environmental challenges while simultaneously generating power from waste materials.
Right, okay.
Computing would advance dramatically with quantum computers that utilize black hole information processing. The unique properties of black hole event horizons would enable unprecedented computational power, solving complex problems instantaneously. These systems would revolutionize artificial intelligence, scientific research, and data processing. The technology would also advance our understanding of the universe's fundamental laws. Research into artificial black holes would provide insights into quantum gravity, multiple dimensions, and the nature of space-time itself. This knowledge would lead to new technologies that manipulate gravity, time, and the basic forces of nature. Number 16. Digital afterlife systems. Digital afterlife systems could enable people to preserve and interact with the personalities and memories of deceased loved ones through AI-driven simulations. Using it
automatically, that'd be kind of weird. Again, this is to me, this is where AI gets kind of weird, because it's like you're I don't know, it's when you're interacting with the dead, it's I don't know, it gets kind of weird to me when you're using when you're using technology to do it. You know what I'm saying? And like real life, it's cool in like cartoons like Rick and Morty do it, but like in real life, I don't know. Maybe it could be cool. I'll let the video explain it.
Advanced artificial intelligence and comprehensive data collection throughout a person's life. These systems would create detailed digital replicas that think, respond, and behave like the original person. The technology would capture memories, personality traits, behavioral patterns, and thought processes to create an interactive consciousness that survives physical death. These digital beings would exist in advanced virtual environments where they could continue to learn, grow, and interact with both the living and other digital consciousnesses.
Right, but they're digital. You're not real. You're just a conscience. You don't have a physical body. You're not actually alive. You're I don't know. See, that's why it's not right, because it's weird. It's weird, but then again, they are a conscience. It is you, technically. It's your conscience, but still, like I don't like it. It's weird. It's weird.
Family members could visit their departed loved ones in fully immersive virtual spaces,
I get it. It's
sharing
weird,
conversations, experiences, and creating new memories together.
Right.
The system would maintain the emotional connections and relationships that would otherwise be lost to death. The technology would transform how knowledge and expertise are preserved across generations. Professional experiences, skills, and wisdom could be maintained indefinitely, allowing future generations to learn directly from history's greatest minds. Scientists, artists, and philosophers could continue their work beyond physical death, contributing to human knowledge and cultural development indefinitely.
Okay. See, the way they explain it, it is cool. The way they explain it, it makes sense and cool, and it does reap a benefit. It does. Okay.
Legal and
I stand
financial
corrected, I guess, but I still stand on what I said,
these
though,
digital
too.
beings, as questions of rights,
corrected.
ownership, and decision-making power would need to be addressed.
Right.
Digital consciousnesses might retain control over assets, participate in business decisions, or continue to vote on matters affecting their descendants.
See them, but like, because then you have like a robot running shit. You have like an AI running a company. You have an AI are making decisions in a company, bro. That's where it gets weird. Never mind. I'm not corrected. This shit's still sketchy.
Create new categories of existence between traditional life and death. The psychological impact would be profound as humans adapt to a world where death no longer means permanent separation. Grief and loss would take on new dimensions as people maintain relationships with digital versions of their loved ones. Mental health professionals would need to develop new approaches to help people navigate these complex emotional landscapes. These systems would raise deep philosophical questions about the nature of consciousness, identity, and what it means to be human. The technology would challenge traditional concepts of mortality and legacy, creating a new paradigm where human consciousness could theoretically exist indefinitely in digital form. Number 17. Advanced quantum computing. Advanced quantum computing would revolutionize problem-solving capabilities by harnessing the principles of quantum mechanics to process information in ways impossible for traditional computers. These machines would utilize quantum bits, or qubits, that exist in multiple states simultaneously, enabling them to perform millions of calculations instantaneously. This breakthrough would transform fields ranging from scientific research to financial modeling and artificial intelligence.
At Grand Canyon University, we believe in equal opportunity, and the American dream starts with purpose.
Medical research would accelerate dramatically as quantum computers model complex molecular interactions with perfect accuracy. Drug development that once took decades would be completed in days as these systems simulate every possible molecular combination. Personalized medicine would become standard as quantum computers analyze individual genetic codes and design perfectly tailored treatments for each patient. Artificial intelligence would reach unprecedented levels of sophistication when powered by quantum processing. These enhanced AI systems would solve complex global challenges like climate change, energy production, and food distribution by analyzing countless variables simultaneously. Weather prediction would become exact, enabling perfect forecasting months in advance and revolutionizing disaster prevention. Cryptography and cybersecurity would undergo fundamental changes as quantum computers break current encryption methods while enabling new, unbreakable security protocols.
In terms, because I know people that work in like cybersecurity, that would be crazy. To I don't know, in terms of like breaking encrypted walls and then making ones that are unbreakable, that'd be crazy. Like people don't, if you're outside, like if you're in the technology world and no cybersecurity and shit, that's crazy.
Financial systems would be transformed as these computers optimize global markets in real time, while also creating new forms of quantum-secured cryptocurrencies and transaction systems. Scientific discovery would accelerate across all fields as quantum simulations model everything from subatomic particles to entire galaxies.
Damn.
Researchers would unlock the mysteries of dark matter, reveal the origins of the universe, and discover new materials with extraordinary properties. Space exploration would advance as quantum computers calculate optimal trajectories and simulate conditions on distant planets. The technology would revolutionize logistics and optimization, allowing companies to perfectly coordinate global supply chains and transportation networks. City planning would be transformed as quantum computers optimize traffic flow, energy usage, and resource distribution in real time. These advancements would lead to more efficient cities, reduced environmental impact, and improved quality of life for urban residents worldwide. Number 18. Terraforming technologies.
I learned about this in high school.
Technologies would transform hostile planetary environments
it would
into
help a lot
habitable
in
worlds
terms
for
of like
human
colonialism,
colonization.
that we were talking about earlier.
Using a combination of advanced atmospheric processors, self-replicating machines, and engineered microorganisms, these systems would convert barren planets like Mars into Earth-like environments. The technology would manipulate atmospheric composition, temperature, and surface conditions to create sustainable ecosystems capable of supporting human life. Massive atmospheric processors would release greenhouse gases to warm planets and create breathable atmospheres. These machines would extract elements from planetary soil and ice deposits to manufacture the necessary atmospheric components. Networks of weather control satellites would help regulate temperature and precipitation patterns, gradually establishing Earth-like climate systems across the transformed planet. Engineered microorganisms would play a crucial role in terraforming by breaking down rocks to release oxygen, fixing nitrogen in the soil, and creating the foundations of new ecosystems. These specially designed life forms would spread across planetary surfaces, preparing the ground for more complex plant life. Advanced genetic engineering would create hardy plants capable of surviving in partially terraformed environments, accelerating the process of ecosystem development.
Like I said, I learned about this in biology back in high school. This doesn't like
Magnetic
surprise me.
field generators would be deployed to protect developing atmospheres from solar radiation, replacing the natural magnetic fields that many planets lack. These artificial magnetospheres would be essential for maintaining the newly created atmospheres and protecting future colonists from harmful radiation. The technology would also help regulate global temperature patterns and weather systems. Water management systems would redirect ice deposits and underground reservoirs to create seas, rivers, and rainfall cycles. Automated factories would process planetary materials to create soil suitable for Earth-based agriculture.
Okay.
These systems would work together to establish self-sustaining water cycles essential for life. The impact on human civilization would be profound as terraforming technologies open up entire planets for colonization. This would provide solutions.
And something I want to pause in terms of agriculture and just say here is shoot, maybe if they can, I don't know if it's possible, maybe if they can, maybe take samples of like the soil in Mars. Maybe I'm just kind of yapping here because I don't know. Maybe try to like test, you know, if they can, like figure out what used to grow on Mars, you know what I'm saying, and see if like, and try to maybe regrow those plants just to see, you know what I'm saying, if they reap any benefits to humanity, you know what I'm saying, see if like anything that used to grow on that plant, if they're able to, I don't know, I'm kind of yapping here, if they're able to, yeah, go ahead and like try to regrow like, you know, Martian plants or whatever, and see if they reap any benefits that we can use them for, you know what I'm saying, just an idea I thought I had, I don't know, I mean, because I know they do that kind of stuff in the science field, so.
For Earth's population pressures while creating new opportunities for human advancement. The technology would also advance our understanding of planetary science and ecosystem development, potentially helping address environmental challenges on Earth. Number 19. Gravitational wave harnessing. Gravitational.
When you shop in the Jewel Osco app, you can count on us to choose fresh produce, guaranteed.
Wave harnessing would enable new methods of energy production and space travel by capturing and utilizing the ripples in space-time generated by massive cosmic events. Advanced detection systems, far more sensitive than current observatories, would collect these waves from throughout the universe and convert them into usable energy. This technology would tap into one of the most abundant and previously inaccessible power sources in existence. Massive orbital arrays would capture gravitational waves from cosmic events like colliding black holes and neutron stars. These sophisticated collectors would extend for thousands of kilometers in space, using quantum sensors to detect and amplify the tiniest distortions in space-time. The technology would transform these ripples into immense amounts of clean, renewable energy that could be beamed back to Earth or used to power space colonies.
Okay.
Space travel would be revolutionized as spacecraft harness gravitational waves for propulsion. By surfing these cosmic ripples, vessels would achieve unprecedented speeds without carrying conventional fuel. The technology would enable ships to ride the most powerful waves in the universe, much like sailors catching ocean currents, making interstellar travel more efficient and practical than ever before. Communication systems would be transformed by using gravitational waves as information carriers. These waves, which pass through matter undisturbed, would enable instantaneous communication across vast distances. The technology would create an interplanetary internet that maintains perfect connectivity regardless of physical obstacles or distance. Scientific understanding would advance dramatically as gravitational wave harvesters provide new insights into the universe's structure. The technology would allow scientists to study cosmic events in unprecedented detail, revealing the secrets of dark matter, dark energy, and the early universe. This knowledge would lead to new technologies that manipulate gravity itself, potentially enabling artificial gravity systems and gravity shields. Industrial applications would emerge as controlled gravitational wave generation becomes possible. Manufacturing processes would use localized gravity manipulation for materials processing, while construction projects would benefit from gravity control systems that make heavy lifting effortless. The technology would revolutionize everything from mining to space construction. Number 20. Smart dust networks.
The fuck I never heard
Smart
about that.
dust networks would transform our world through swarms of microscopic sensors and computers floating in the air around us. These tiny devices, no larger than grains of sand, would work together to create vast, interconnected networks that monitor and interact with the environment in ways previously unimaginable. Each particle would contain sensors, processors, communication systems, and power generation capabilities, all packed into microscopic packages. These intelligent particles would form a constant, invisible web of environmental monitoring, tracking everything from air quality and pollution levels to temperature variations and chemical signatures. The networks would detect natural disasters before they occur.
That's what I was going to ask. Could it detect, like, changes in wind and all that and national disasters? Yep.
and provide early warnings for environmental hazards.
Benefit.
In agriculture, smart dust would optimize crop growth by measuring soil conditions, plant health, and local microclimates down to the smallest detail. Medical applications would revolutionize healthcare as smart dust particles monitor the human body from both inside and out. These microscopic sensors would detect diseases at the cellular level, monitor vital signs continuously, and deliver targeted medications. The networks would create detailed, real-time maps of human health, transforming our understanding of how the body functions and responds to treatment. Urban environments would become more efficient and responsive through smart dust integration. The particles would monitor traffic patterns, energy usage, and infrastructure health, enabling cities to optimize resources automatically. Building maintenance would be revolutionized as smart dust detects structural problems before they become visible, while security systems would gain unprecedented monitoring capabilities. Scientific research
you wouldn't be able to get away with
advance.
shit. Think about that. For security and policing, you wouldn't be able to get away with shit. You're surrounded by technology, bro. You're in the air. You can't see it. You can't hide from it. It's everywhere. You that would help significantly with crime. You know what I'm saying? For anyone doing dirt, yeah. Oh yeah, that'd be crazy.
As smart dust
there would be no
networks
more crime.
provide detailed
at
data
least.
about natural phenomena. The technology would enable scientists to study ecosystems.
I take that back. Unless you had some way around the technology, you know what I'm saying, and that would come about, you know what I'm saying, maybe using something to jam the technology or something you know what I'm saying, I don't know, you know what I'm saying, it's coming around to it, but still it would be hard. It's going to get difficult. It's going to be more difficult.
Weather patterns
to do dirt.
And geological processes with extraordinary precision. Space exploration would benefit from smart dust deployed on other planets, creating detailed atmospheric and surface maps while searching for signs of life. Communication systems would evolve as smart dust creates new ways to transmit and process information. The networks would form self-organizing communication grids that provide universal connectivity while using minimal power. This would transform how we share information and interact with our environment. Thanks for watching. Make sure to watch this next video about future.
Okay, so that's gonna do it for this vid. But I got some last minute thoughts. One, I like how good it's gonna be for technology industry. The space industry. Just increasing communication. I do like if these technologies do come to fruition, I do like that. Two, I do like how it's not going to take over our jobs. It's actually going to help assist us, you know what I'm saying, and help us grow as a community, as a society, as a civilization. Because a lot of people like to say, oh, that, AI is going to take over jobs. And that's true. It's going to take over some jobs, but it's not going to be, it's actually, it's going to help create some jobs. It's not going to take over all jobs. It will resolve some, but not all. But I will say on the flip side, because a lot of this technology, right, a lot of it was reliant on AI. Not all of it, but some of it was. So from a civilian standpoint, I'm not really scared because there's no reason to be, right? And there's no reason to fear something you don't understand, because that's where what fear is a lot of times. It's something you don't understand, you know what I'm saying, or something that scares you, I guess. There's no reason to be scared yet, you know what I'm saying? Now, when something does happen, yes, then we have reason to step up. But it's like this, it reaps a lot of benefit for now. It should be monitored. There is a lot of benefit, but there are a lot of, cons with it, too. There's pros and cons, you know what I'm saying? Risk and reward type shit. But, eventually we were meant, and I hate to say this, but we were meant to develop as a society. We were, you know what I'm saying? Think about it. We were cavemen, now we're here, you know what I'm saying? We weren't meant to stay the same. We were meant to constantly develop too, you know what I'm saying? Think about technology 20 years ago and how it is now. AI probably wasn't even thought of 20 years ago. Well, granted, it was thought of a while ago, but I'm saying to actually have it come to fruition, you know what I'm saying, in the last 20 years is crazy. So, when they didn't have smartphones 20 years ago and had that big change. But yeah, so there's no reason to be scared of AI, but I don't know, it's questionable. But yeah, and all that cyberhuman shit, that's kind of weird. And then the AI consciousness, the digital human, I guess, that's kind of weird too, because it's like them, but it's not physically them, but it is them. It's their conscious. It's weird. I don't like that. But yeah, shit. Let me know in the comments what you think. But that's gonna do it for this vid. All right, let me put that there.